Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Access One. What I will do is just follow the instructions and give you some tips. Again, I'm not going to do this case for you, but I will point out some things that you have to do. The author asks us to create a new table in Design View, add the following fields to the table, and then we will give the table a name in a little bit. So create and a table in Design View right here, and then he said give the table new names, and we'll call this and note the lack of spaces in here. And I'm not going to type anymore, but it says default to the data type to short text. That's common for this to happen. Set the pub ID field as the primary key of the new table. Pub ID, just click up here and select primary key, and notice the key up here. Primary key you can read about in your book, but it's a unique identifier, so it means that this pub ID, every record that we input, regardless of how many records you have, will have a different pub ID. Excuse me. So we've created that and set all of this. Save the table using the name publishers, and you can do this by home, and then you notice that you don't see a save tab on here. So we'll always go over here and you can just save this, and then it'll ask for a name, and you can call this publishers. So we have our publishers table that we have created. Author asks us then to set to add the following records to the publishers table, and you can't do that from the design view. You can enter everything and set this up. So we go over to the data sheet view, and then you can start entering this KN input name, and then KN OPF, and then so on and so forth. I'm not going to do the rest of those. Just you'll have fields over to about here when you finish up. Have the pub ID, pub name, pub address, pub city, pub state, pub zip. Very common. These are all in New Jersey, in different places. New Jersey and New York, Upper Saddle, Riverside, and New York. New York. When we get all that done, you will of course save this. If you try to close this after you've entered everything, then it'll let you know that it will not let you know that you haven't done that, but if you open this back up, then you can see that this has already been done. For a database, as you enter these and go to the next one, this data stays intact without you having to go through and find a save key that you have to do. Author asks us then to open the books table and create a new record. That's nothing more than going through and opening this and then creating a new record down here. Author code 15, and then the Innocence game, and all the way across on what you want to do. When you get all that done, then you can enter through here. And this is a warning that it gives you. It says that you haven't filled this in completely. So if you go through and look at this, you will see that you have a constraint that makes you enter something in this field. So instead of me typing all this out, I will go ahead and just do it like this. Then we're told to open the Maintain Authors form. So we'll go ahead and close this down. And it's still waiting. It's still waiting for me to enter stuff in there. So we're told to Maintain Authors, open this, and here you have 6 forms. These are subforms. The author asks us to open the Maintain Authors form, and that's where we are. And then in Record 2, for Keith Mulberry, Author ID 12, and you can change records by looking here. Then the author asks us to type something in here. Get a title, ISBN, pub ID, pub date, and looks like price is 32 and stock amount is 42. We're asked then to use the navigation bar to search for author ID 16. So this is down here, and if you type 1-6, and you notice there's no enter key or anything, as soon as you finish 1-6, the author's last name, Rice, Luann, first name, pops up. So then we're told to open the publisher's books and authors report. This may not open. We'll go ahead and close this down. We're told to open this, and it does open. Okay. I was going to say, because before I had not created the publisher's table and had difficulty and had to go back and redo this. But you will have a lot more than this. We haven't typed out all the stuff. Your report will be complete. But that's how you create they show 3 books listed as author, view the layout of the report in print view, open the publisher's books and author's query, sort the query by the publisher's name in ascending order. And you'll be able to find your sort up here. You can do an advanced filter and sort, or you can sort. That's the easiest way to do this right now. Or you can sort on this up here if you're allowed to, if you have something to show. Then we open the books table and go back here and open. Author asks us to use filter by form to create a filter that will identify all books published after 2010 with fewer than 100 items in stock. And so you'll want to go in and use an advanced filter for that, or excuse me, a filter by form. And I want you to read about that. Read about how to do a filter by form. And if you have questions or problems, contact me. Okay, I think what I was going to let you look for that, but I think I need to show you that filter by form. If you want to filter this right here, click Advanced, Filter by Form, and what we're going to do is the author says open the books table, use filter by form to create a filter that will identify all books published after 2010. So the published date, if you do this, and if you do greater than 2010, and he said also the stock amount of less than 100 items, then you could do this. Now, if you notice when you start building a filter, if you notice something happening up here, your toggle filter came about. So if you're going to toggle this, you can toggle filter, and this follows after 2010 less than this, and you can toggle it back and you get the full amount. So that's kind of a cool little deal for this right here. The other filter that you'll have to build in here is a filter by selection, and I think the author says use filter by selection showing the books by the author whose first name is Stephen. And the way to filter by selection, and let's see, what publishers do we need to have? Let's just filter by selection for this. Like, we'll filter for all of the words true. So, or true, let's say true. And if you filter by selection, then it begins with true. Then that's the only one that begins with true. So that's filter by selection. You select what you're looking for, and then click this, and then it just toggles back and forth. Now, it's kind of a cool deal. I went backwards on those, but you can get an idea of what we're doing. So I want you to see the filtering for this, and that will be it for case 1. Good day.